looking like what happened, but hey,
Like,
you know, whatever.
Welcome to Conscious Convos.
Welcome. I'm author Sean. How
And
you
I'm
guys
author
doing?
Love.
Author Sean Christopher.
Hashtag Conscious Convos. Hashtag CC.
So what are we talking about today?
Today we are talking about life and death and what life and death means to you. So give us your subject, your opinion on what you think life and death is, and the different components. And yeah. So what do you think life is? Let's start with life. What do you think life is?
So, well, as most of everyone already knows, I'm a spiritualist. So I think of life so much so as just an experience of oneness with everyone, and the purpose of us being on earth is to help each other, help one another get to an ascended place, which would be what most people call as heaven. This is an ascension. And then if you don't get it and you don't grasp that concept, you're going to be put through earth again, which what people would associate that to be reincarnation. So
right. So yeah, and I agree. I think that life with life, we are here to fulfill a purpose, and we're supposed to move about life in such where we find our purpose and we try to determine who we are supposed to be and what service we're supposed to offer others. So that way we can truly live this life in a fulfilling way. And a lot of people, they don't find their purpose because they're afraid that it's not going to give them monetary value, or it's going to be a lot of work, or the people in their life aren't going to see what they have to offer them as a benefit. So, but it doesn't matter, because what you can offer other people and they don't see the benefits of it, someone else will. So you just have to move about this life as if you are fulfilling a purpose for someone that needs it, even if it's just a handful of people. At least you touched someone and you made that impression.
I definitely agree with that. I feel like we are meant to work together. So when people say I did it all on my own, I did this, I did that, I mean, yes, you probably did do majority of it on your own, but somebody else did help you get there, and you have to recognize that. And a failure to recognize when others have helped you is a sign that you need to continue to grow.
Yes.
So,
and we also have to embrace those karmic relationships that we endure. So, karmic.
Before you continue, explain karmic relationships too.
So basically what a karmic relationship is, or a karmic interaction, is something that's supposed to give you...
No, I was just karmic, round and round. That's all I was. I know you were like...
I was like, do you want me to hurry up?
Wrap it up. That is the wrap it up symbol.
Rapido. So anyway, karmic relationship is something, like he was saying, it's something that you are supposed to learn from someone else that you encounter. So for example, a karmic relationship with someone is you were in a relationship and you were supposed to learn something from this relationship, but it's not supposed to last. It's not supposed to be something that you carry on into the next part of your journey. It is simply as it is, a karmic relationship, or karma, which is, the root word, or karm. And that's essentially a give and take. So, if you give something, you get something. And that's what a karmic relationship is. You guys teach something to the other person, and they teach you something about yourself that you didn't otherwise know. So that's how you move about.
And so examples of those types of relationships would be exes and things like that a lot of people tend to throw shade on and hate and all that stuff, when really, if you accept it as a karmic relationship and you take the lessons that you were meant to learn from it, while at the same time, of course, I would hope they take the lessons they learned from you, call it a day, that's it. There's no need for the extra emotional, angry, bitter person over a relationship that wasn't really meant to last. It was just meant to teach you what you need to learn so that you can grow and teach others. So
exactly, and that's what a karmic relationship is. It can be something very beneficial. So again, as we go back through what life is you have to determine your purpose, determine what karmic relationships you are going to encounter, or the ones you've already had, and see exactly where you're supposed to go from there. And don't be afraid to step out and really fulfill your purpose, whether it's entrepreneurship, or you want to be a motivational speaker, or an educator, or you really just want to work at McDonald's, you want to be an author. Do those things, and don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Live your life, man. Definitely. Live your life. YOLO.
Live your life.
Is that still a thing? Am I still allowed to say
I think YOLO. gone. 2014.
So what's the new saying?
I don't know. I feel like the older I get, the more I kind of just like follow my own beaten path. So I don't know
True
what
story.
it is. We'll have to
True
dig
story.
it up or something.
True story.
But
so then, what's death? Are we done with life?
Death. Well, life. I feel like also in life, just to continue forward, I feel like also with life, you will meet certain people that remind you of a process that you've been through, and a lot of people associate that with, hey, you remind me of somebody that I know. Well, I feel like part of that could be the way that they look, but also the way that they internally carry themselves. Maybe you've seen that person before through someone else's energy, and you learned certain lessons, or you didn't learn those lessons, and this person is back to try to teach you that again before you're cycled through life.
Right. And everything happens for a reason. So you're supposed to have those interactions to continue to teach. And even when you die and you're old and what have you, you're still a student. There's infinite knowledge out here. So that's what life is about. It's you're trying to get to that ascended point where when you die, you reach that point where you've already experienced everything you could possibly experience in life, and now it's time for you to move on and use your spirit to help others. And that's just touching a little bit on the death part.
Erykah Badu said, knowledge is infinite and it has infinitely fell upon me.
Yes.
I think it's a beautiful, beautiful saying.
Ooh, that's my girl.
Yes.
I love me some Erykah Badu.
But going on to death. So what do you think death is?
So death, oof.
We always think of the Grim Reaper with like the black hood and all that with the
death is that point where you either ascend or you descend, and most of us, we hope to ascend. Now to ascend could just very well mean that you are moving on to another purpose, and you are using your spirit. Now you fulfilled your purpose in life, and now you are moving on to help others fulfill theirs. So you use your spirit, or you use your spirit, or you use your guides to help others to ascend as well, because we want to fulfill our purpose. We don't just want to live in our, we want to live in our purpose, but we don't just want to see that, okay, I'm doing for you, you're doing for me, and then now I'm ascending. No, you have to really live in it and don't expect anything from it. It's a selfless duty.
Well, wouldn't you say living through your life's purpose would involve actually incorporating other people?
Yes.
Like we were saying before, getting people connected with what they need to do for their life purpose.
Yes.
Whereas actually obtaining your life purpose is keeping it and for yourself.
Right.
And doing only what's best for you and what's beneficial to you. When even though you've discovered your life purpose, you haven't really lived through it because you haven't touched others.
Right. And we live in a very individualistic society. So a lot of people are for themselves. And so you have to watch out for that, because if you only for yourself, you're not fulfilling your purpose.
And you're not going to get too far. And even if you do, I mean, it's not going to last.
It's
not going to last.
And we're all afraid of that one word that people use to describe those people who only think about themselves. And I call it throwing verbal acid on other people in order to heighten who they are in life. And that's that narcissistic personality, or that narcissistic person who they're not here to fulfill
they're here to fulfill themselves. It's not anybody else.
And so those are going to be the people that descend. And then
they come back over and over again with the same needy, needy type of mentality.
Exactly. So, in death, once you ascend, you're going on to a greater purpose. Now, when you descend, that means that you haven't fulfilled your purpose. And so therefore, the karmic side of things is going to bring you back into this life, into a new earthly body, in order for you to try it again and to keep trying to find who you are and what your purpose is. So that's the descending part of it. And ultimately, when they talk about heaven and earth, or heaven and hell, I mean, I don't know. Me personally, I believe that this is hell, because hell is described as a fiery, tormenting place. So
the world is emotionally tormenting and may not. People associate hell again with fire and brimstone and burning and stuff like that. But really, if you look in the Bible and you consider the way everything is, do we believe that it's possible for us to go to hell and actually burn
Right.
physically? You know, I feel like you were saying, it's an earthly thing.
Right.
So you're going to have to deal with earth and the things that will cause you lots of torment.
And that is very hellish.
And you have to be in your body to experience that. So guess what? You're coming back.
To feel, because in hell you're supposed to be able to feel the pain, and feel the fact that you're in hell and all these bad things are going to happen to you. But guess what? You can walk out your door today and get shot in your head today. And I know that's very like vulgar, but in essence, that's exactly what can happen to you. So we can be very well living in our hell right now, but it also depends on who you are as a person. Are you manifesting good things in your life? And are you doing things for others that help you to live a good life? And then that can be your earthly heaven. Or your earthly hell is, are you doing bad things to other people and expecting good to happen to you? Or are you using the good things that aren't happening to you in order to make other people's life hell because you're not?
Well, it's all about the way that you look at it. Even if you aren't fulfilled and you've been through hell, a good way for someone to turn that around would be for them to give their testimony, to give their story. So you've taken that burning brimstone feeling and you're reaching out to people that already are going through the same thing, and you're uplifting one another to get to an ascended place, which has to do with living through your purpose. So it really all connects.
It does. It really does. So we're not living our life to descend. We want to ascend.
And you can't live your life without others and loving and caring about other people. So for those of you that think you can just get through life like that, it's not going to work. I've tried it. No, it's not going to work. So you have to really embrace others and really be willing to help other people and, put yourself out there. Even if you feel like you're not going to get anything back in return, you are. You're getting that feeling of helping someone else, which is a lovely feeling, which is a very lovely feeling. So for those narcissists out there that haven't tried it, you should try it.
You have to have that quality of compassion and love for others. Even if they don't reciprocate it all the time, it's for you, it's not for them. All the time it's for them, but if they don't embrace it, then that, just take it for yourself and continue to love on others. Because there's people out there that you're going to attract the people that you are truly supposed to attract. When you exude the same qualities that they have, then you're going to attract them. So we're going to embrace our journeys of ascension, because it is a journey. Ascension is the ending result, but there is a journey to ascension. And then a lot of people,
ascension.
Yes. And then there's that downward ascension that crashes and burns into hell. And
cycles you back here, and then here we are again. So you got to be very, very mindful of what's going on in your life and who you're willing to help and who you should help, which is everybody, and you'll get there eventually. It's all its own. Everything has a rhyme and reason to it, whether you realize it or not. So
exactly. So everybody, this is Conscious Convos and
pound CC
hashtag CC. He said the pound again.
Pound, no.
Who you pounding on? He didn't just pound on you, I promise. It was just the air.
It'll help you remember. So now whenever you type it in, you'll think of that boom.
That pound.
Exactly, the gavel.
I am author Love.
And I'm author Sean Christopher.
And this is Conscious Convos. Please, please, please go and like our Facebook page.
Like and subscribe, comment.
Yes, subscribe to our YouTube page. We are novice millennials talking about conscious things that we have observed and we do research on. So our opinions are pretty solid based off of our research. However, we love feedback.
Dashes of opinions.
Yes,
as well.
We need the feedback. We need you guys to tell us what you want us to talk about and the things that you want to hear. We do have some other things in line for you guys. Right now, we just want you guys to see our beautiful faces. And then we'll start to interview people.
Incorporate guests and all that wonderful stuff. So if you have a pressing topic that you want to talk about and you feel like you know all about it, please feel free to let us know. We can possibly have you on to discuss it. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it for today. So let us know, like, subscribe, comment, all those beautiful things, and we'll see you guys later.